Join me, 48 Hours correspondent Erin Moriarty, on my podcast, My Life of Crime, as I take on true crime investigations like no other. This season, I'm looking into the labyrinth of crime and secrets within families. I'm cutting straight to the evidence and talking to the people directly involved, including investigators and the families of victims. Listen to My Life of Crime with Erin Moriarty wherever you get your podcasts.
Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show, and in today's episode, I wanted to overall talk on people giving out their opinions on stuff, because sometimes it's needed and sometimes it's not needed. And the times when it's needed when a person asks for your opinion. Like, if I ask an individual for their opinion on something, like, so let's say, for an example, new movie comes out, has a little bit of mixed ratings. I ask a friend for their opinion, or I'm just asking the general audience for their opinion on that movie, right? That's when an opinion matters. But now let's switch it up, all right? When it doesn't matter, now let's say I'm going to go watch, like, same scenario. I'm going to go watch this movie, not caring for anybody's opinion, right? Going to go watch this movie, telling people I'm going to go watch this movie, and then there's people getting on me for going to go watch this movie because it's one of the worst movies that they've ever seen. And that's when it falls in that category. It's like, did I ask for your opinion? And it's funny because people, they take that as disrespect when you ask them that question. And it's like, no, it's not disrespect. It's just common sense. If a person needs your opinion on something, they will ask. If they don't, they're not going to ask. Why is that so hard to understand? I have to say, that's why, like, with content creating is one place where it's like, you know, I feel like opinions kind of have like mixed ratings and stuff. Sometimes it's needed, sometimes it's not needed. In my case, I don't feel like an opinion is needed. No, it ain't even, I don't feel like, no, an opinion is not needed for the content that I do. Because the thing is, if it's my gaming videos, it's a gaming video. It ain't no difference than any other gaming video that exists. Reaction videos, music, me just talking on random stuff. No, the opinions do not matter at all right? And that's why I had to say, like, for the longest, I had a disagreement with people on the internet, because it was like, you're trying to give out your, not the general. And the thing is like, people need to understand and even then, it's like, from that individual's opinion, the whole public's opinion, the general opinion, whatever opinion you want to call it, it's never going to matter. To that, like, content creator, it's never going to matter. Or to place it in any other situation, whether it's a cook or a chef at a restaurant. And that's, bro, oh my God. Like, the amount of times where I would hear people's opinions at the cafe that I used to work at. Oh my God. And it was like, the thing is because I'm cool with, like, I was cool with customers, and I was cool with chefs. Now, I can see when something is being done right, and I can see when something's being done wrong. There would be at times where people would just complain about stuff that doesn't matter. Like, there was one time, because I'm like, I've been told this myself, that when I'm walking out in public in places, I look angry. I have like an angry look about myself. And I'm like, I'm not angry. I mean, I could be, but I'm like, most of the times, like, I'm chilling, you know? And so, because I'm trying to think, yeah, there's been times where I've been out in public and I've been a little bit irritated about stuff. But no, that's my face. That's how I look, you know? It's like, if people take it as a threat, then I'm like, all right. But anyways, but no, like, so there is this girl that worked at the cafe. She was a cool girl. Like, she was somebody where it's like, no, you can, like, sit around, crack jokes, laugh it up with just about random stuff, right? So anyways, a customer comes up to me and was like saying, like, oh yeah, you know, she kind of looks angry, like maybe you should, like, tell her to like, brighten up a little bit. I'm like, I'm not telling her that. I'm not telling her that. I know they always be saying things like, oh, the customer is always right. Not in that case. No, I'm not going to tell a person like, oh, and so no, me and the girl, we did crack jokes about it. And I was like, yeah, just have like a demonic smile or something. Like every time, just look like so, like just look insane, just look crazy, like, but just like a happy version of it and stuff. But I'm like, I just want people to just see how silly it is when you go back and tell a person like, hey, stop looking angry, be happy. And I'm like, what? I don't know what's going on in this girl's life. Because the thing is this, people don't sit down and they don't take the time to realize or understand, like, why, like, talking on this girl real quick, why would she, if that's the case where she does look angry and stuff, and let's say that, that's the case, she is angry, I don't know what's going on in her personal life to approach her and be like, so that's why with me, I was like, every time when I approach somebody with, like, a customer's complaint, whatever, I always approach them as a joke. Whereas, because I was like, I know they're not going to care. Even it was my one friend that worked there, Jack. There has been times where customers would complain about him. And there was the one I'll never forget when the woman said that he had cut her off in the salad bar area. If you guys know how a salad bar works, there ain't no lines, all right? You just walk up, grab what you want to grab, go on about your business. Yeah, you can treat it like a line, but for the most cases, if there's not a lot of people there, it's not going to get treated like a line. People are going to go grab what they want to grab, go on about their business. And no, the customer, and it was crazy because it was a customer that I was cool with. And so in this case, it was like, yeah, it was what she complained about. It was something where it's like, it wasn't like I'm thinking like he pulled out a knife and uncut her. No, she's talking about in the salad bar area where there ain't no lines. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I'm not going to approach him like in an angry way, talking about, oh, did you cut one, customer that I'm cool with, like in the salad bar area? Oh, nah, man, we gotta go to HR about this. You're messing up right now. Like, who's gonna care? Like, no, and it's one of those things where it's like, I wish I had like clout where I can pull off stuff at that place, where it's like I could just like look at, I would know, because it was funny because there was at a point in time when he went on an like vacation to go and record his it was like the last album that Monitor had put out. And it was funny because it was like, I wish it would have happened at that time, like right the day before he went. And then if like she had noticed, because he was gone for a while, and so she had noticed like, oh, where did the one guy go? I'm like, oh, he got fired. And I'm like, once I told the managers what he did, they were like, nope, they let him go. They was like, you can't do that here and stuff. I imagine that she would have felt so bad. Who knows? Maybe she wouldn't have. Maybe she just had like a thing against, just, I don't know. But anyways, but I was like, it's something that I'm like, I wish it would have happened. But hold on for 1 second. All right, I'm back. But no, it's like, that's what I mean by like people's opinion. And that customer, I think she just had it out for Jack. It wasn't on some stuff where it was like she, I think she just overall had it out for him. And I'm like, I don't know what he has done to people, but y'all need to stop, okay? Like, no, because there be other times when customers would come up and complain or say something, or they'll say something like rude, like, oh yeah, Tyler, you're a way much more better cashier than the other guy. And I'm like, why are you telling me that? Like, it's customers like that where I'm like, nah, it's something ain't right with you. I'm like, but I'm not gonna support that comment and stuff. So I like the customers that'll walk up and they cool with the both of us. Like, they'll crack jokes with the both of us. They're not gonna look at, if they consider themselves more cool with me, but they still include Jack, because it's like, okay, he's up here too, he's chilling and all that stuff. But yeah, if it's gonna be on some stuff where it's like, oh no, they're only cool, I didn't like the customers like that. I was like, you have like a weird opinion about life and stuff. So, but anyways, but yeah, it's like, it's just at times where people, when they give out their opinions on stuff, and it's like, and it's not needed. Like, so just recently, the one guy, so I go and post on social media, like, telling people, I'm like, hey, stop backseating in my streams, don't need help, never did, never will. And the guy, hold on for a second, let me just find the comments that he said, because I'm like, you could have eliminated all of that by just not commenting and stuff. And it's like, now you're, and I've seen that name before. Like at the moment I didn't realize like who it was, but then I was like, wait a second, I've seen this name before. So I'm like, so I ended up, cause he's a fan of, the, people that I beef with and stuff. So that's why I was like, okay, there ain't gonna be no way of, getting through to him and stuff. But anyways, so, so I had made the comment saying, like, for those that join my stream, stop backseating. And then he goes on to say, if you're a streamer, that's to be expected. No, it's not to be expected. If you set rules and guidelines for your streams, people need to follow by those rules. It ain't something where it's like, oh, you just have a free will to just say and do whatever in a person's stream. No, there is rules and stuff that you got to obey by. And if not, do not join my stream. Plain and simple. There shouldn't be no arguments about it and stuff. You just need to follow a person's rules. So I didn't say all of that, but I did overall say some along those lines. And his last comment, he goes on to say, if you can't handle your own viewers, then don't stream. And it's people like that where it's like, I can tell that you ain't got no friends in life, fam. No friends in life. Because if that's how you talk with people, bro, you're going to either find yourself being friends with the wrong people or not having no good, being friends with the wrong people and not having no good friends at all. Or just being alone. But overall, it's like, it's stuff like that where it's like, did anybody ask for your opinion? Like, and and that's the thing where I never understood about YouTube and just with my time being on YouTube was when I had got into my beef with the people that he supports and stuff. It was something where it was like, why do they want me to care for their opinion so much? Like, I even remember the first video that was made about me through that group, and I just brushed it off. I was like, I'm not going to sit here and watch a video about why you don't like my videos. It's stupid. It's ignorant. Like, it's a waste of time. I don't care about that. The guy got so offended, and it's like, why are you getting so, like, you could tell that he's one of those people where it's like he has to be heard. He has to stand out in the crowd. Everybody gotta bow down to him and listen to him at all times. Like, the thing is this, when they carry on like that, when they're like, oh, the crowd, they always have to listen. Because, no, I've been in situations where it's like the crowd hasn't listened. I feel like that's been my whole life. I'm like, I'll go and be talking with people, and what I say just doesn't matter. So, you know what? This is the best way to handle situations like that. If you find yourself in a crowd, right, and nobody in that crowd is listening to you, put yourself in another crowd. Because I'm like, I refuse to be in a crowd where people are not listening to me, not hearing what I have to say about stuff. So that's why I'm like, I ain't even trying to hear, like, no, or just give them the same treatment where it's all like, they try to, tell things to me, and I'm all like, I ain't hearing that. I'm all like, if that's what you need to say, for whatever situation, I'm like, I'm not hearing that. But so anyways, no, it's like when being involved in that beef, it was like a lot of the times they were just stating out their opinion. Like, it wasn't on some stuff where it was like, oh, they were saying, because the fact is with like me and YouTube, it's like nobody is not going to care that I exist on YouTube. Not one single person. Yeah, maybe my fans and supporters and all that. But other than that, the general public on YouTube doesn't care for my existence. So why, and that's something that I know, that's something that that is an actual fact. You can ask any and everybody on YouTube, do you care that TMossBoss exists on YouTube? There's probably going to be some people that'll say, oh, he's following his dreams, he's, doing his thing. You're like, yeah, sure. But it ain't going to be on something where it's like, oh no, he has to exist. He has to exist on YouTube. The funny thing is, like, I can leave right now, leave everything behind, go out, find a new career path, whatever and stuff, and nobody's not going to care. It's not going to be breaking news. It's not going to be, whatever people want to call it and stuff. It's just going to be another day on YouTube. So I realized that, all right? I realized that. So and the thing is, like, with me in the videos that I do, or the streams that I do, the rules that I set, whatever it is, and just really talking on, like, the rules and stuff, like how, like, what the guy was, or what I was talking about, like, not backseating and things, that's not, what would I call it? It's more of a statement. It's a statement. It's like, don't come to my, but what he was saying, and it's like, that yeah, it's one of those things where it's like his opinion is painted out to always disagree with, or like just say the opposite of what I'm saying. And yeah, it's people like that where it's just, you're never gonna have a successful conversation in your life unless it's, unless the person does agree with you. But it's like, no, that's not. I just want to sit down and talk to people about that. If you're saying your opinion on stuff because you want people to agree with you. And that's the thing. Even when I'm doing a podcast, YouTube video stream, and I'm saying that I don't like a particular video game, movie, music, video, whatever it is, I'm stating my opinion. People, and the funny thing is what he doesn't realize, and that's what makes a content creator so successful, is that people go to that individual for their opinion. They're not going to my YouTube channel to see your opinion. Your opinion is worthless, all right, on my channel. It's not going to matter. Nobody is going to care about it. Not one single. I have yet to have one of my fans ask me, oh, can you put one of your haters' opinions in a video or something? Because they don't care about that. None of them do. Nobody does. Even the people the funny thing is, like, when you sit down and you realize, like, how careless, just people are and stuff, the people that he supports don't even care about his opinion. They don't care about him commenting on my videos or post things on YouTube. Nobody. So it's like, at the end of the day, why do you feel like your opinion should matter? How is your opinion going to change the world? How is it going to change my mind on stuff? Because if it doesn't, and it's been years now, like, why still keep trying? That's what I mean by, like, people in their ignorance. It's like, fam, go on about your business. Like, man, let me be. Leave me alone, bro. Because nobody at the end of the day cares about your opinion. And that is a fact, okay? Even people that want to say, oh, no, I care about his opinion. I can't. No, you don't. No, you do not, because it's funny when they say things like that. Like, I go and, like, this episode is published, and somebody about, like, oh, well, I cared about what he said. No, you don't, because it's like, if you did, you would have been there agreeing with them, but you wasn't. You would have been you will find any possible way to support this guy. You would be shouting him out. You would be doing everything possible, and it would be like that. The thing is this. I have to say the reason why the hate community around me, why those guys failed, is because all of them wanted their own opinion to stand out about me. So there's all these different videos being published about me and stuff, but none of them was supporting each other. Yeah, it might have been maybe a person here or there supporting it, but other than that, nobody was supporting it. They were supporting the idea of hating TMossBoss, but they wasn't supporting it. It wasn't like how even then, like with like a basketball team or a football team, it's like not everybody in that group is gonna be friends. They're gonna be friends with the head leader of that group, and that's about it. But other than that, like each individual themselves, they're not supporting each other. They're not helping each other rise. They're not helping each other grow as a community to hate on me, and that's why that community failed. Because it's like nobody in that community supports each other. They only support the head leader. That's it. And they just, pretty much try to imitate what he says and does. And I'm like, and that's even more so a reason why none of their opinions about me had mattered. Because it was like, you're not giving out your own individual opinion about why you hate me. You're going based off of a video that you've seen of me. But other than that, if that video never exists, what reason would you have to hate me? Like, that's why I'm like, it's stuff like that. It's just, yeah, and even then, them giving me an answer, I'm like, and your opinion still isn't gonna matter. So it's just something that people have to accept. They have to understand that. So, but anyways, yeah, moral of this podcast episode, stop giving out your opinions in situations that don't require an opinion, all right? If you can't follow by what a person says, unfollow them, unsubscribe from them, all that crap. But yeah, it's just people, and just, if you're gonna be ignorant, then it's like, be prepared to get called that, and don't even try to disagree. I'm not being ignorant, no, something's wrong with you, fam. So But anyways, and that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this on podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe, however it's set up. Make sure you subscribe to one of my 46 YouTube channels. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Instagram at TMossBoss. And make sure you follow my Facebook page at TMossBoss fan page. Also, if you are purchasing any tickets from SeatGeek, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. It will knock $20 off your first purchase. Also, if you are purchasing any energy drinks or sleep drinks from Poggers, you can go to Poggers. Well, hold on for a second. You could actually, no, their Twitter at is in my bio. Their at is in my bio on Twitter, okay? Let me go based off of the imaginary script in my head and stuff. But, no, yeah, if you are purchasing any energy drinks or sleep drinks from Poggers, you could go use my promo code TMossBoss. It will knock $20 off 10% off of your next purchase. And if you are purchasing any controller skins, or finger grips for the analog sticks, you can go to Fatal Grips and use my code TMossBoss, and that will also knock 10% off of your next purchase. Okay, now that I said what I needed to say, and I can move on now. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.